This is That Talking Podcast. I'm JJ Starr.
And I'm the one and only.
The one and only.
Downtown Andy.
Downtown
Andy.
We're here to talk and bring some civil discourse to an otherwise discordant world. Andy, how you?
I'd be a lot better if this beer tasted better.
Well, it's Guinness. I don't really know. You can't have high expectations.
It's supposed to be like the high-end Guinness, but I don't think such a thing exists.
No. It's 5% chewy beer.
Is it 5%?
Yeah.
Oh, well. I've been relying on a beer or two before bed to, keep me asleep.
Well, I don't want to put it out there that you're reliant on beer.
Well, I mean,
it's a bad place to get into,
listen,
my love.
Trust me, I know something about bad places.
Yeah.
Having a beer before bed at the frequency with which I do is not a bad thing.
No, it's fine. It's cool. It's cool.
But I'm okay. How are you?
I'm all right. I got hurted.
Yeah.
I got hurted today.
You broke your butt?
I broke something. I didn't break it, hopefully, but I went to work in an ice storm, and needless to say, no one fucking salted anything.
I would say we should put your leg in a cast, considering the way it's positioned right now.
I fell down and went boom.
But nobody will see it.
It was really rotten, and now
is this the worst you've ever fell down and gone boom?
Yeah, it's not.
Hello.
But hi, honey. Ooh, dog. But yeah, and now my knee is every once in a while just.
She sniffed.
I'm hurt. I'm hurt, but it's okay because we're here to talk. And before we talk,
give them the rules.
We got some rules, 3 rules, and it is
no judgment.
The dog just winked at me.
No judgment. Nothing personal.
She knows something I don't. No judgment, nothing personal, and don't be a dick.
None of our listeners want to hear me say them. It's part of your shtick.
No judgment, nothing personal, and don't be a dick.
Speaking of being a dick,
what?
We encountered several dicks at the event in question that we shall discuss.
Are you talking about Valentine's Day?
Isn't that what you want to talk about?
Yeah, but I don't want to talk about the dicks.
Are we not going to tell the story?
Well, I want to hear your version of it.
Well, this is your topic. Why don't you get us started off?
I love Valentine's Day.
Valentine's.
I love Valentine's Day. How do you feel about Valentine's Day? Aside from, and this is not a trap, okay?
So
I don't do that.
To your left, currently, is a Borders bag full of leftover 90s Valentines.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, while we're doing this, maybe I'll dig into that bag and pull them out.
No?
No? Because they can't see it.
This is not a scavenger hunt, and we're in audio media.
It's not a scavenger hunt. They're right there sitting on top.
No.
You got some old WCW Valentines.
We're not digging through your
some
bag.
Nickelodeon.
We're not digging through your bag tonight, dear.
There could be some Doug, maybe some Tiny Toons.
I asked you a question.
How do I feel about? Well, I was beginning to tell you.
Tell me.
Because I always looked forward to, what we were telling the boy earlier, the going around your classroom and putting stuff in everyone's bag on their desk.
When you were a child?
Yeah.
How do you feel about it as an adult?
Well, that shaped how I would feel about it as an adult because, because back in the, because back then, you get all these lollipops and candies and little cards with, clever sayings and whatnot on them. And, as you become an adult, it's more about, you got to get the wife some flowers and some candy. And, I have vivid memories of walking into department stores and CVS's and things of that sort.
Buying pink underwear.
CVS doesn't sell pink underwear.
Maybe they should.
Maybe. But just, it would always make me laugh to see all the other schmucks going in as soon as they got out of work at the very last minute to get the last scrap of candy and whatever flowers may be available.
And I said it on Valentine's Day evening, and I will say it again. I don't understand that. I don't understand any of the people, men or women. I don't understand anyone who's scraping for last minute Valentine's whatnots. It does not sneak up on you.
It's like the bum who goes...
It's the same day every year.
who goes to the pharmacy for a last minute gift idea
or the gas
section.
station for flowers. Have you ever bought gas station flowers?
Oh yeah, 100%.
See,
but only for people that I couldn't have cared less about, like my ex's mother.
Fair.
I mean, I have gotten my mother gas station flowers, but she didn't know the difference.
But
it's a thought that counts.
I don't understand because I love Valentine's Day because I love love and I'm in love and I love Valentine's Day because I am a hopeless romantic and this dog is gonna jump on me.
Well, you're talking about love.
Love.
And she's all about that.
Yeah.
She wants you to love her.
I do love her.
She wants you to make room in that chair is what she does.
There's no room.
You could make room.
I've made room
Anyway.
before. Anyway.
Loving love, being in love.
I love
love.
I love Valentine's Day because I don't know, I feel like it gives me carte blanche to be utterly romantic and to, in a way, I don't want to say...
She's going to hop on top of that iPad.
I don't want to say demand romance.
You demand.
Get in the chair, dog. You're welcome. Jerk.
She loves you.
I know.
She's your forever Valentine.
She is my forever Valentine, aren't you?
Yeah, give her a kiss. There you go.
But
hearts and flowers.
I have never, as an adult, encountered such a polarizing topic.
As Valentine's Day?
As Valentine's
really?
Day. I don't know about you, but I'm sure plenty of people listening, honestly, can attest to the fact that as an adult, other adults either embrace Valentine's Day to the fullest or adamantly oppose it.
I mean, in my experience, most people I encounter just couldn't care less. It's just it's really just another day.
That's remarkable.
So Friday morning, I walked into work and I just jokingly said "Happy Valentine's Day" out loud so whoever was around could hear me.
Yeah.
And two people walked past me and they were like, "Oh yeah, it is Valentine's Day."
Are they single?
One was.
Yeah.
At least I think. But I mean, again, if I were single, I probably wouldn't give it another thought because I think, if I don't have somebody to share it with, what difference does it make?
I used to share it with Banky. I shared it with Sadie. I've been in other relationships with human beings.
See, now, my mother was like that because Valentine's was another one of the holidays throughout the year where no matter how small some people may perceive it, she still went all out. Yeah. We would come downstairs in the morning before school and find the little Charlie Brown Whitman samplers at our places on the kitchen table.
Yeah.
And the
little 4-piece.
The window clings and the placemats would be done up and she would go all out for Valentine's, St. Patrick's, Easter, all the non-major holidays.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, that's what I grew up with. So, yeah, it was of importance, but I mean, I've never held it in as nearly a high regard as you do.
I have never made it obligatory. It has never been, anytime I've ever been in a relationship or even when I was single, I've never been so determined to celebrate Valentine's Day that it became an obligation. I never went to the bar on Valentine's Day I need a date. No, that was not it.
You and I have had vastly different experiences in this area.
Have we?
Well, again, I mean, traditionally my Valentine's Day is spent, I go to work, either the night before, the week before, day of, I get, some semblance of flowers and candy or candy for whoever I have been with at the time. And I mean, I certainly have never made a habit of making an outing out of Valentine's Day like we've done in the last 4 years. Mm-hmm. Certainly never had any Valentine's traditions with anybody like we do. Yeah. So, and I like that you made it a point to make a tradition out of it, that we go out and we go to the same place. And, I mean, it's becoming as important to me as it is to you. I
just love it. And I know that people, oh God, the way that people just I just rant and rave these tirades.
You're talking about men, women, or both?
Both.
Yeah.
Just
young, old,
all walks of life. Just, anti Valentine's Day. People who are so adamant about voicing their opinions about the commercialism of it and how it's a fake made up holiday, which is not true, by the way.
That's a cop out for people who don't want to get gifts for other ones.
I mean, you could say the same thing about Christmas, but no one does.
You could say the same. Well, that's because there's gifts in it for everybody.
Exactly, like, but heaven forbid you want to like celebrate your love.
You're getting
out
me
loud
to play devil's advocate here.
But like, heaven forbid you want to celebrate your love out loud. You cannot do it anymore without being met with so much resistance.
What? Sadie just looked like she was about to put your straw in her mouth.
See, she doesn't want to be here. She thinks she does. Well, thanks for dropping in.
Because now we're talking about commercialism, and we all know how much she hates that.
Yeah. This commercial dog is not going to ruin my holiday.
That was good timing.
But I get it. The candy and the flowers and the cards and the reservations and this, that, and the other thing. And I don't need anyone to tell me when to love someone. No one tells me when to love someone.
Well, yeah, because most people just love each other every day of the year anyway.
Which we do, but I am a sucker for this sweet shit.
And that's all well and good. Like, I love being romantic with you, but, you have to acknowledge that it's not a traditionally masculine, or I guess, most people don't really choose to express their feelings or feel comfortable expressing their feelings or emotions. In most cases, like to a lot of guys, Valentine's Day really just doesn't mean anything. It's I have to get my female significant other, flowers and candy to make her happy. And,
when I worked at Hot
But you understand that, though. I mean, you must.
I understand what you're saying.
I'm not saying that's me. I'm just saying that, like, in my experience, that's what has been displayed to me by other people.
But would those same people be the types of people who, like, for example,
whatever you're going to say, you'd have to ask them.
I don't know how to say this.
I think the point that you're trying to make can actually be much broader and attributed to so many other things. You are expressing a deep love and devotion to a sentiment, and that's admirable.
So then riddle me this, okay? Then how come these people who are adamantly opposed to the celebration of Valentine's Day, why do we not see these people going off on like public displays of affection and love all the rest of the year?
Some of them do. Now, I don't know who, again, we've said,
that's not something that I readily see. I only see it with regards to Valentine's Day.
We've said this on the podcast several times. I don't know what kind of people you're talking to. For all we know, the people you're thinking of probably do. And I mean, it probably just irks them. I mean, sometimes you just can't explain why something makes you uncomfortable or why something bothers you. A lot of times it just does. And we would never begrudge anyone for not being in tune with Valentine's Day or the sentiments that are shared in recognition of it. It's just not everybody jives with it.
But it's like, I can only imagine someone showing up to, let's say, our wedding and being like, ugh.
Some people did.
It's like, go fuck yourself. Who did? Give me their names.
I don't know the name, but I'm sure they're
Give
at the
me
bar.
their names.
I was on the lookout to make sure none of my exes just... Because, again, we got married and we didn't close down the bar. We didn't reserve the bar. We just said, Eddie,
we're coming in.
We'll do it on a regular open mic. Let the guys come in and play. Like, we don't care. And I'm just like, oh, God, I hope none of my exes find out that my band's playing and come and think it's a regular show.
And wasn't someone?
No, none of my exes showed up. Not a single one. We lucked out.
Who was the chick who you said, like, who kept coming up to me like,
the
you
drunk
got
one?
married?
She was one of my customers from the marina.
Gotcha.
Yeah, no, nothing.
Gotcha.
No.
But that's just it. Is that like no other occasion warrants this kind of dumping on someone's joy,
except in at least from the late early 2000s into the mid 2010s, there was this whole campaign behind like, we can't say Merry Christmas anymore because it's offensive to people. We have to say
exclusive.
Happy Holidays and like.
And yet, most people who who do not, identify as Christian still celebrate Christmas, quote unquote.
I know Jews who celebrate Christmas.
But that's just it, is that don't call it that then. But like, this is what I'm saying.
We're micromanaging it way too much.
But nobody dumps on any other day.
Sure they do.
Give me an example. Show your work.
Show my work.
Give me an example.
You got people dumping on Easter all the time.
Why?
Because Easter is supposed to be about what the Christians believe is the resurrection of Christ. And you've got people who complain about its commercialism and this and that. No, it's about the Easter bunny. And then you got people complaining about that and the fact that, you got people buying Easter baskets and eggs and chocolates and all this other shit. Like, everyone's always going to find some way to dump on something that other people enjoy. That's never going to change. Why are you looking at me like that?
I've literally never in my life.
All right, again, you and I have had vastly different experiences.
I don't think I've ever seen anyone dump on the commercialization of Easter.
Oh, I've seen plenty of it.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Because again, it's like that age-old argument like about Christmas. Like, you have some people saying that it's the birth of Christ. You have some people saying it's a pagan holiday. You have some people saying its origins are rooted in this and that and the other thing. And this is what it means. Wait, no, this is what it means. And everybody, it's like what we were talking about in the Shun reprisal.
Yeah.
And how some people always have to be involved in some sort of conflict. Because some people don't feel right if they're not challenging or defending some sort of opinion.
I have to say, just a sidebar, as a pagan, Christmas is not a pagan holiday.
Well, some people believe it is, and some people go to bat for that.
They're actually really wrong. But I digress.
You know as well as I do that being wrong doesn't stop people from opening their mouths.
No, but
Look at what the boy did to us earlier tonight.
I quite literally, I take offense.
My son called us hypocrites because he said we were crazy.
Because he has no idea what the word means.
No, because his mother gave him the wrong definition.
No, because he's 7 and he doesn't know what the word means.
And his mother gave him the wrong definition.
Yeah, because explaining that to a 7-year-old is really going to stick.
Mm.
You totally derailed my train of thought.
We were talking about Easter and pagan holidays and Christmas and people being wrong.
No, it had nothing to do with any of that.
I'm so sorry.
I truly feel judged. Now, it doesn't.
In what way though?
It doesn't stop. Well, if you let me, it doesn't stop me from celebrating romance, and it doesn't stop me from wanting to go out and get dressed up and everything like that. Like, it bugs me to a small degree when I say we're going to get dressed up and we're going to go out and we're going to have a romantic dinner.
Mm-hmm.
It, to a small degree, irks me when you come home and you say, I mean, we can go just like scumbags.
Well, because I had just worked a full day and I initially was going to go in jeans and a sweater. And then I thought, this is really important to her. And without thinking twice, I threw on a 3-piece suit.
Yes. Because when I say,
because I'm a good husband.
What did I tell you that I wanted for Valentine's Day?
Romance.
I said, I want romance.
And were we romantic?
We were romantic. I think you were a little hyper-focused for a portion of the evening.
I was hyper-focused because we got really lousy service.
And I understand that. But I tried to keep in mind that I'm out with my husband and he looks really handsome and we're here to make a memory together.
Listen, I asked you to dance while we were waiting for our drinks to be taken and you didn't want to get up in front of a room full of strangers. That would have been the opportune time to get up and start dancing because that'll give them something to remember.
In all fairness, I was wearing 7-inch shoes.
It doesn't take much to slow dance, even in 7-inch shoes. I'll slow dance with you in 7-inch shoes if it makes you feel any better.
You wanted to slow dance to Sledgehammer.
Yeah? So what?
And
I'll
yet
slow
you
dance to
you-
Sister Sledge if you let me.
You didn't dance with me when we got home.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
What? To what?
When you took out the camera to take pictures. There doesn't have to be music for us to dance to.
You're cute.
You're welcome.
But I truly it's like...
You're the only dance partner I've ever had.
If you go on social media around this time of year and you start talking about Valentine's Day, people will not hold back. They will not hold back from saying that it's a stupid holiday, it's meaningless, it's made up and everything, and it's like, wow.
Except we're living in a time now where people don't hold back at all anyway. Keyboard warriors exist left and right, and they are just waiting to tear down your attachment to anything and everything you love. Like, I have to refrain now from commenting even in Facebook groups that I intend to be a part of and want to engage with like-minded people, because I want to be able to make comments and ask questions and interact with like-minded people in groups I'm a part of. The problem is that no matter what I say, regardless of the context, there will always be somebody there to criticize me, to contradict me, to make fun of what I have to say. There are going to be tons of people just having separate side conversations with themselves that I have nothing to do with, that makes my phone notifications go berserk, where I'm just like, I don't want to read all this. Like, I just wanted to ask one question and get, a couple answers, or I wanted to say, oh yeah, I like what you posted, and let that be the end of it. But no, what I have learned is that there's always somebody out there to piss on your parade. And that's not cool, but I mean, what are you going to do about that? Other than unfollow, block, this and that and the other, or remove yourself from the conversation.
Yeah. But it just, it sticks in my craw. I've never encountered specifically a holiday, any specific day of the year that is so polarizing.
Now, normally, I would want to stand my ground in that instance. Now, what would you say to me? Or most people would say to me in that instance is generally, let it go. Don't say anything back. Don't, it's not worth it. And the old me would not be able to accept that. The old me would have to stand my ground and have to fight back, would have to, by all means, stand on my soapbox and shout it as loud as I can to be like, fuck you, you're wrong, this is how I feel, deal with it. And in my experience, despite wanting to do that, that never does anybody any good.
Yeah.
So I have reformed my approach to when somebody takes something that I hold dear and decides to shit all over it.
I scroll past all of it, all of the anti-Valentine's Day bullshit on Facebook and everything. Everyone from single people to married people who say that they don't buy into the commercialism, that they, refuse to partake in, the antiquated traditions and everything like that. And I'm like, it's flowers and candy. First of all, that's the extent of the commercialism of Valentine's Day. I guess for certain people, you could probably throw jewelry in there, I guess.
I'm really proud of myself for thinking outside the box this year.
You did a really fun job this year. I'm not going to lie. You got me a bunch of random chocolates and a bouquet of Lego roses to put together. And they're in a vase because they're flowers. Mm-hmm. And they're in a vase on my dresser right now. And I have been looking at those since I put them together, and I'm just so ecstatic to have them. I think they're beautiful.
I feel really gypped because on the box it was advertised in a vase. I thought there was going to be a Lego vase to put together.
I wondered if there was going to be a Lego vase to put together.
No, it's sold separately. That way they could, make more money off you.
Maybe.
Bastards. As if those were expensive. Legos are expensive now.
Yeah, well, those are the adult Legos also.
There's no such thing as adult Legos.
No, there are.
Legos are Legos are Legos.
These particular...
Look, we're disagreeing.
This particular, subset of Legos
Fuck
are geared
that.
towards adults.
I understand
and
that.
That's why they're more expensive.
I absolutely understand that.
Like, you can get like the model cars and the paintings, and they have a Lego Starry Night.
Yes, I saw that actually. But here's the thing. Your Legos for children, like children, are called Mega Blocks. All right? Everything else is a Lego. And every piece of Lego can be made into something by anyone of any age. That's my take on it. That's my hot take.
Okay.
I still think that because it is all relatively cheap plastic, that it shouldn't be astronomical in price regardless. Like, I can understand it being an intellectual property and driving the price up, like if it's Star Wars or Jaws or Starry Night or whatever it is, but that's just I could go to the Lego store and I could individually pull out all the pieces to make those roses and probably spend a lot less money than it would cost should I buy that box.
Okay.
I think it's incredibly unfair to the consumer, to the guy who's out there buying Lego roses for his wife, to have to be charged an arm and... But you know what the good thing is that if by buying that, does that mean I don't have to get you real roses for a while?
You don't ever have to get me real roses.
Yes.
You don't have to get me anything ever. But you do. But it's not an obligation.
Is there more than one of you out there? Because I think some of our listeners would like to clone you right now.
No. That's just it. Is that this is what I'm saying. Is that being romantic is not a fucking obligation. It's a joy. It's a joy for me.
It certainly
Can't you
is.
tell by the tone in my voice?
But there are some people out there that either don't or maybe can't take joy in that.
That's sad.
So
that's a sorry existence.
That
you cannot take joy in
romance
or in love.
I mean, we know several people right now that are looking for romance in their lives and having a very hard time finding it.
Okay. Does that give them carte blanche to shit all over the people who have found it?
The people I'm thinking of don't do that.
Good.
They're just, looking for love in the wrong places.
Well, they wrote a song all about it. But that's just it. Is that like if you are aggressively searching, and this is just my opinion, this is my hot take. If you are aggressively searching for someone to be in love with, you're gonna find it in the wrong place. You are going to force that form onto something, and you are going to end up convincing yourself that you're in love with someone that you're not.
I mean, several people have approached me and kind of implicated that I seem to know what I'm doing when it comes to the romance department. Like they imply that I know how to talk to women, quote unquote. And I'm just like, okay.
I love you. I don't think you know how to talk to women.
Absolutely not. As
much as you are comfortable talking to people who are comfortable talking to you.
Well, that's just it. Like, I am my mother's son, and my mother loved to talk to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So, man, woman, whatever, like, I will sit and have a conversation with anyone about anything and lose track of time.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, that's essentially how our relationship started.
Yeah.
We just went from talking over the phone to talking in person and closed down the bar.
Yeah. And the rest was history.
And then I showed you my bookshelf. Well, no, I did that before.
But, I mean...
Not a euphemism.
I do not... I just don't... I don't know. I guess I just don't get it.
You don't like the fact that people shit on something that matters to you?
It's not even that, like, to each their own, but the fact that people are so adamant about it. It's like people want you to feel bad about, enjoying something that apparently you're not supposed to.
Who are these people? Are you talking about just people you see online? Or are you talking about people that you work with or people you see in person?
Both, all of it. All of the above. All of the above. It just astounds me. Like, there are people that I know who are in long-term relationships who, when I say, I mentioned, I said, I'm taking the day off because it's Valentine's Day and I don't want to go to work and you and I have plans and everything. And they literally rolled their eyes at me.
I love you, but I think this is something that you could probably benefit from learning to brush off.
I am brushing it off. I'm having a conversation here. This is a talk that we're having. Yeah. I'm not sad. I'm not out in the world being like, why the best so mean to me about that?
Hi, Caroline.
Seriously, I'm not out there. This was a conversation. Yeah. I wanted to talk about it. You know what was fun for me on Valentine's Day?
What was fun for you?
You and I sitting in the restaurant and talking about that couple behind us, that couple of kids that looked like they were on their first Valentine's date together.
Maybe they're on their first date. Who knows?
That's adorable.
And then you told me to text the other boy, the older boy, and was just like, you better have Valentine's plans with your girlfriend.
That's not what I said.
I know. That's just what I'm saying.
Don't put words in my mouth.
I wonder if that, I can't even remember if that's what I texted him or not. But he did. He said they had plans. Didn't tell me what they were. Yeah. But, none of my business.
Cute. Yeah. I think it's cute. I think it's wonderful. And I wish that wonderfulness for everybody around me.
Listen, I am just as much, if not more, of a hopeless romantic than you are. I just don't vocalize it because it's not widely accepted in my circles, But at the end of I'm gonna go out on a limb here. Why do you think I love Titanic so much among things of that nature?
Probably for the same reason you've made me watch The Notebook.
I love. Oh, you went there. Wow.
I did.
I
had never even seen The Notebook before you came around, sir.
Love stories. I love seeing the guy get the girl and watch them live happily ever after. Now, is that gonna make some people call me a pussy or whatever? Yeah. Do I care? No. I love seeing the happy ending.
Titanic did not have a happy ending.
Sure it did. The two of them wound up together in the end. And she didn't make room for him on the fucking door, and he sank to the bottom of the ocean.
That did not have a happy ending.
Well, if she weren't such a cunt. There was plenty of room on that door. Anyway, I love seeing people in love. Mm-hmm. I love seeing everyone get what they want, okay? Mm-hmm. And that's romance aside. I personally like seeing people get what they want, get what they think they deserve.
Yeah.
Because why not? I tell people all the time that I'm currently at a point in life where I have everything that I want, and I shouldn't be complaining about anything.
No.
I wish I could say the same for everyone I knew. And I wish more people I knew how to get to that point.
I agree. I always want the best for people, and especially people that I care about. And it feels I see a lot of like the entitlement. And then this is not directed at anyone specific or anything like that, but like I feel like people who shit on my prerogative with something like this, I feel like those people, they exemplify this sense of entitlement, like, it's only gonna be a good thing if they have it.
We say a lot that hypocrisy is running rampant, among other things. Pessimism is running rampant.
It is.
People
drives me nuts.
Don't really want to look at the other side of the coin. They don't want to acknowledge the good in even a bad situation. Yeah. I have actively attempted over the last few years to try and look at things from various alternative perspectives than my own.
Yeah.
Just to see how the other guy lives. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
And it's reformed how I've thought about a lot in my life.
Yeah.
Because I've learned that not everybody does things the way I do. Not everybody thinks the way I do.
Mm-hmm.
And like we said in a previous episode, there are people out there with real problems. There are people out there who are struggling far worse than me, you know. But again, I choose to put myself in somebody else's shoes. And sometimes I wish they would put themselves in mine, because I make efforts to improve my life any chance that I get.
Mm-hmm.
And so being romantic is certainly one of those things. You and I never pass up an opportunity, not only just to tell each other that we love each other,
mm-hmm.
but to express and explain in depth what the other one means.
All the time.
Yeah.
All the time.
It's more so now than before.
Like, to a point, like, ad nauseum. Like,
and there's nothing wrong with
you and
that.
I love telling each other how much we love each other.
Because I say all the time, I waited for this.
Yeah.
I absolutely, this is what I never envisioned that the marriage I entered into would turn out to be this.
Yeah.
I got everything I wanted and then some.
Aww.
No, I'm being honest, because that's another, big thing to me. But it's, again, everybody's different. We can't expect other people to aspire to what we have or what we want or want for them. They got to find it on their own, and they got to be comfortable in their own skin.
But I feel like people, it's almost like they're putting limits on, like, the opportunity to really embrace good things, if that makes sense. I feel like this idea of pessimism, like you were saying, like, in order to keep up that facade, I feel like they're putting limitations on the amount of joy that they can actually have in their life. And that is what really grinds my gears, I think, is that you want something. You want something in your life so badly that you have this loathing for other people who have it, and then you in order to perpetuate that, you're basically denying yourself the opportunity to have it.
I don't envy anyone anymore. At all. No. I had a conversation with a customer at a previous job a long time ago, and he said to me, I'll keep it brief. He said that, don't you ever want to get out on your own and have your own money and not have to rely on so on and so forth, anything like that? And I go, no, I'm perfectly happy. I have everything I can need. And he goes, yeah, well, if you live within your means. Now, this guy started his own business. He had a lot of money to buy nice things. He had a lot of toys for himself, and could drop a extravagant amount of money at the dime or whatever. And I thought then, and I think now, like, I don't want what he has. I don't need what he has. If I live within my means, okay, that's his prerogative. But again, I have everything that I could want. I mean, I don't need to want what other people have. I like wanting what I want and being appreciative of what I have.
And I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
Yeah, no one's ever going to tell me that I should aspire to their way of life. Or at least no one's ever going to make me aspire to theirs just because they tell me to.
I've wondered sometimes if, this may be a non sequitur, but I've wondered sometimes if perhaps people in long-term relationships, like dating for, 8 to 10 years before, making any kind of, advanced moves in their relationship. People who get engaged and remain engaged for like
that works for some
5
people.
or 6 years and everything. It makes me wonder what the hesitation is. And I don't need it answered or anything like that, but it does make me wonder what the hesitation is. Like, don't get me wrong, I've been in, I've dated people long term and everything like that. I haven't had long engagements, but like, I've been dating, it's like, and I understand people who are like, well, I'm not going to get engaged unless I've dated someone for this long and we've lived together for this long and everything. And I understand to an extent, but like, to me, it's gonna be a crapshoot one way or the other.
That's
like
just
you do just because you live with someone for a year before you get married doesn't guarantee you anything.
That's just an imposition from society. That's
Yeah.
all it is. It's society's influence on the world at large, you know, because things of that sort have been displayed in movies and TV so many times over that it's just implied that that's how everybody should go about doing things.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people take their cues from what they see in entertainment and things like that. Not that they should, but some do, and it works for some, and some it doesn't. But you know, it's not everyone can be their own North Star.
Not everyone can do it the way we did it.
Some do and some don't. Again, it's only been within adulthood that I have really learned and accepted the fact that everyone is genuinely different. Everyone gets from point A to point B their own way, and that's okay. And I don't have to like it, and I don't have to accept it. I don't even have to understand it. That's just the way it is.
You know, this is one of those things where it's like, I'm on your side. I get it, and I agree with what you're saying. But in this rare instance, I also feel the way that you would typically feel, in that I would appreciate the same back to me.
Like, my parents just wanted to make sure that I finished school, got a good job, became self-sufficient. You know, they would have preferred that I did it in the manner that they prescribe, but they had to learn to accept that, you know, I wasn't going to do it their way. I got to where they wanted me to get to, but I didn't do it their way, and they had to accept that.
Is your family still waiting for us to break up?
My family was never waiting for us to break.
I don't know. It still feels a little weird sometimes, thinking that, like, because we got together very quickly and we got married very quickly, and I feel like there are people out there who I don't know,
not in my family,
that are
no,
but
I'm sure there are people out there.
People still sort of waiting to shake a finger at us and be like, "See, I told you it wasn't going to work."
Well, yeah, there's probably people, especially like in the music scene, that think like, "Oh, you know, he only dated her because she dated somebody he was in a band with, and this is bound to fail," and blah, 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 blah. They don't understand what goes on behind closed doors, and it's none of their fucking business anyway.
No.
Not
unless we put it on the internet.
What you and I have is not subject to the criticisms of others.
Nah.
You know, our relationship goes far beyond the physical attraction, the common interests. You know, I told you the other day, you are the only person in my life that I never need time away from.
Aww.
I never need a break from. Even when you say or do things that I don't like, that doesn't make me want to, you know, get space from you. That just, you know, that's humanity. You say and do, you're not going to say and do everything that I want, and I understand that and I accept that.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, not everyone can be that mature.
You're being mature, or I'm being mature?
No, I'm being mature in accepting you for everything that you are, good, bad, or indifferent. And you the same of me. But again, not everybody is ready to take that step.
Yeah.
And we can't make them. They have to get there on their own.
And I hope they do. And that's just it. That's my hope for everybody, you know? It's like, if I had one wish for everyone that I care about to any degree, it's that they know the joy of being this in love with someone. And I don't deny that many of them have already found that joy. But, you know, I know how I feel every day of my life being your wife. And it's the same feeling I had when I was your girlfriend. And I don't know if other people feel the same way in their relationships, but I care about them to the point where this is what I want for them. I hope that they feel this too, because it's fucking awesome.
Getting back to what you were saying earlier, there's always a skepticism and a reservation when it comes to relationships, because based on people's past experiences, including my own, they're afraid that history will repeat itself. You know, I've been abandoned by several ex-girlfriends where I come home and without any sort of warning, they're gone along with all of their stuff. And then when I get to talk to them, it's, you should have seen this coming. That's happened more than once.
I had a dude pack up his stuff from my house while I was in the bathroom.
Like, you were taking a shit and all of a sudden he's just gone?
Like, I was putting my makeup on and he
like
packed up his shit and left my house.
He doesn't know what he's missing.
So I get it. Well, a few years later, he asked if he could wear my underwear.
Ugh.
So
we didn't need to go there.
Yeah, so really, wherever he is now, I hope it's nowhere near me.
Those events shape people's opinions and decisions.
They can.
They generally do.
You don't have to let them.
They don't have to let them know. But that is what shapes people's decisions. And you'd like to think that, going forward, the next relationship will be the one. Or things will be different this time around. And you can't predict those things. Like in the beginning of our relationship, I was weary because we really didn't know each other all that well. I mean, that's the truth. But we make it work because we choose to. We make this work because we both know there's no uncertainty when it comes to what we want.
No.
And so we choose to let this be it.
See, now you say we choose. Mm-hmm. I personally just let it.
That's still a choice, though.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess so. I sort of give myself over to, it probably sounds sappy and trite and whatever, but like I give myself over to the feeling of being in this relationship.
To absolute pleasure. Is there a light at the Frankenstein place?
There is, yes, there is a light at the Frankenstein place.
And that's just it. Once people are secure and comfortable in their decisions, they'll have more control.
Yeah.
And that's what everybody wants. Everybody wants control. They want to be able to dictate, scenarios and direct certain things, to stay away from the things that are going to blindside them.
And while I agree with that sentiment, I disagree with the idea that people want control. I think that...
Well, I know I've wanted control.
You've wanted control.
Because I don't want you to get up and leave.
Right, but you don't have control over that.
I know, I understand that.
I feel
Am I going to go into the bathroom and you're going to be gone?
No.
You're going to take this podcast on the road? Shit. Well, it was nice knowing you.
No. I prefer the sort of like the freedom to relinquish that control. That it's sort of like, I understand that, like, this feels fated to me.
Fated. Not fated.
Not fated like, woo, so fated, bruh. But like, no, fated.
And with each day that passes, I believe that a little bit more.
Aww.
I do. It was hard in the beginning because, again, I'm used to being shit on.
Yeah.
A lot of guys are used to being shit on. And, I tell this to people all the time. In order to really make a relationship work, you have to be willing to concede a fair amount. You have to be willing to give up certain things and give up certain arguments and fights. And you have to show the other person, man, woman, whoever, that you are willing to give up what's important to you for their benefit.
I don't know if it's as much that for me as it is being willing to just allow for differences.
That too.
I think that's the most significant part for me, is just allowing,
it's really just the will that matters.
It's not a concession to another person's will. It's just allowing for those differences and not convincing yourself that another person needs fixing or correcting or educating or anything like that. It's about, just allowing someone to be their whole self.
And that's what we do, because you full well know that people have tried to fix both of us.
Yeah.
And we don't need to
failures.
We don't need to be fixed.
We don't need fixing. The only fixins we need are bacon bits and sour cream. We do have both of those things, I think.
Yeah, but what are you going to use them for?
I don't know. We'll get some potatoes.
Oh God, we just finished eating too.
We did.
we're we're going a little long here.
We're closing in on the end here.
And as usual, I love, I could go on forever with this.
Well,
but this was a good talk.
Yeah. Let me ask you one question.
Yeah.
Do you believe in fate?
I can't answer that.
No, you don't. You don't know, or you don't want to.
There have been times in my life where I have. There have been times in my life where I haven't.
Yeah.
I'd like to think that what we have is, but I don't know for sure. It's just like, the questions of the universe. Like, I don't know for a fact that there is or isn't a God.
I look forward to one day. I'm gonna hold.
I don't know that the Earth is round.
I'm gonna hold on to hope that
the moon could have been on a soundstage.
That one day, my love, you just sort of realize, like I look forward to the day, and I believe that one day, could be decades from now, but I hope that one day you just sort of like realize that you've believed in fate all along.
I believe I'm gonna wake up one day and you're gonna be like, gotcha. Gotcha.
Oh, I gotcha.
Yeah.
Right. But this was a good talk. Tell me you love me.
No. You tell me you love me.
I love you.
I heard it. I love you.
Yeah. See, like you roused the beast from her slumber.
She's been giving me the stink eye ever since she came in.
Well, this was a good talk. Thank you out there in podcast land for listening to that talking podcast. We had a blast. I
got to pull out the calendar to plug stuff.
Okay. In the meantime, I'm going to say go to our social. Go to Instagram, DT Andy and JJ Star with 2 R's. Go to TikTok, downtown_Andy, and it's JJ Star. You can find us on OnlyFans. You can find us. You got what? You've got social for the band, right? Tax Collectors and Harlots?
Tax Collectors and Harlots on Instagram.
Check them!
I think that's really it. Oh, wait, no, we have a Facebook too.
Well, Instagram is really the where it's at.
Yeah.
Does Tax Collectors have a TikTok?
No, but I post a whole bunch of... my TikTok is essentially just Tax Collectors advertisements and That Talking Podcast advertisements. So downtown_Andy on TikTok.
Yeah.
You can see, our latest installment in the Jedi Knight saga.
And you've got an EP coming out.
Our EP, yeah, we don't have a name for it yet, but it is in the final stages. I will be going to Philadelphia early next month to finish mixing it.
Very excited.
Ferry?
I'm very excited.
I don't think we're taking a ferry.
Very excited.
But we do have some shows coming up.
What do you got?
April 26th, Dead Language Brewing in Hartford, Connecticut. We are doing a rock and wrestling show with Cobra Wrestling, the promotion we worked with when we went to Providence.
Cool.
Let's see. May 9th, Bleachers Bar in Bristol, Connecticut.
Sweet.
May 31st, Main Street Tavern, Stratford, Connecticut. And then August 14th through the 17th, we are going back to East Durham for the Rat's Nest Run-In Rat Rod show.
And it's 4 days this year.
It's 4 days.
God damn. 4 days, no cell service.
And that's fine.
Whoo.
Go down to the Hannaford and get some, some fixins.
Go get some bacon bits.
Maybe I'll bring it with me and show them what Connecticut bacon is all about.
Oh, boy.
But anyway, if any of you are listening and you are involved in the music scene or the bar scene or the venue scene or anything, and you want to do some business, put some shows together, contact us. We'd be happy to perform with anyone, anywhere. And
you can DM Tax Collectors and Harlots on Instagram to get that ball rolling.
Mm-hmm.
And
we're looking to book a lot, so yeah.
Yeah. And go to our website, thattalkingpodcast.buzzsprout.com. You can send us a text message and ask us questions and, voice your concerns for our well-being.
You will see your favorite podcasters at most Tax Collectors and Harlots shows. We do have emails put into a lot of different venues that I didn't mention, trying to get on bigger and better things. So stay tuned, and you'll see merch soon. You will see videos soon.
Yes. We got season 2 closing in early April.
New logos on the way. New theme song is on the way.
All kinds of new shit. I'm excited. Are you excited?
I am excited for another beer.
Okay. Even though it's a Guinness. and that's a full lid from the three of us at That Talking Podcast. I'm JJ Star.
And I'm the Downtown Andy.
And we'll talk to you later.